Hey guys, free pick time. All right, back with another free play coming off our seventh straight win. That's right, guys, 7 wins in a row. We're going for 8 in a row today. Let's get it done. During this run, we've had Major League Baseball, we've had WNBA, we've had favorites, we've had underdogs. You name it, we've had it. We're going back to WNBA after a couple days in baseball, going back to WNBA. And I know I found some value here, so let's hope the value comes in. All right, a couple things quickly. So yesterday in the video, guys, I said it's really important if you want to continue to get these free picks, jump over to YouTube, okay? Go follow me on YouTube, Bender Wins Sports Betting on YouTube. Couple reasons for it, but I mean the most pressing reason, and you can call this coincidence, okay? Hear what I'm about to say. Call this coincidence, but last time I won 10 games in a row on free picks, okay? This is going back last year. You guys probably remember it. A couple days later, like less than a week later, my account disappeared. Gone. Banned by TikTok. I said, well, this couldn't have been any worse timing, to be honest with you. It's just like we're on such a hot run and just won 10 in a row and then my account's banned. So anyways, I appeal it. It takes forever. I eventually get it back. It comes back up. But, then there's a thing. It's like if you violate the terms again, your account's gone. So I said, okay, fair enough. I toed the line. That was like a year ago. Fast forward to now. And, as soon as we pass, 6 games won, you guys saw what happened. Okay. I get an account warning, a strike. It says, your account's at risk of being taken down and not having access to it again. So I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist. I really don't. But, it was like a long time in between, right? And I won 10 games and, life's good and my account gets taken down. And now, we get on another great run and account warning. Like, I don't know. Coincidence? Maybe. But all I'm telling you guys is this, okay? I try to follow the rules of TikTok. Honestly, I do. But I don't know. We go on winning streaks and I get nervous that my account's going to get taken down. So follow me on YouTube because if my account gets taken down, that's how you're going to get my picks. All right? Bender Wins Sports Betting on YouTube. Go check it out. Today, guys, we got a lot going on in Masterclass. WNBA. Lots of NBA props, okay? So I don't have a side or total, but lots of NBA props going on today. Quite a bit of Major League Baseball. And I got 5 props today in MLB, which is light. That is light for MLB. But again, found a lot more value just in sides and totals today, so not as many props. Outside of that, though, we do have a lot of volume, like busy WNBA, busy NBA, busy Major League Baseball, and a little light on Major League Baseball props. But there's a lot of value out there, okay? A lot of value, guys. And again, coming off an amazing day again yesterday. Hope to keep it going. Been rocking and rolling. Last thing before we jump into today, because I'd be remiss if I didn't drop a little bit of education on you guys before we went into today's play. I had an amazing live experience yesterday. I went live on TikTok and I said I was going to go on for half an hour and I ended up on there for 2 hours, which wild. I had the most fun I've ever had doing a live and I talked about anything and everything and the audience was amazing. You guys were amazing. And the questions were fantastic. But I got to talk about anything. I talked about, bankroll management. I talked about, how I got into sports betting. I talked about all kinds. And then eventually I started talking about, the Canadian housing market, where I think that's going, talking about investments, talking about, how to find arbitrage investments, these kinds of things, right? So it was fantastic. I honestly had such a blast. And one of the questions that came up, which is a fantastic question, is how much do you pay yourself as a professional? And it really depends. I mean, that changes over time, but in the beginning, I came up with a formula and I want to share that with you guys. And maybe this is different for people who are not professional, but I want to share with you guys how I did, how I kind of paid myself and whatnot. So in the very first year as a professional, it was different. I gave myself, I told you guys, I live very, very lean. Every dollar I made, I wanted to go into my bankroll. And I basically paid myself a $2,000 a month salary. So nothing, okay? You've heard the stories. I lived on ramen noodles and hot dogs. The 99-cent shrimp cocktail and chicken noodle soup at Golden Gate at the end of Fremont Street. That was one of my go-to meals, right? So, the whole purpose was just to funnel money, as much money as I could, as fast as I could, into my bankroll to keep growing my unit size. Because at that time, I understood the value of compound interest. I needed to grow that bankroll quickly, right? Wanted to go from betting 1,000 a game to betting 2,000 a game. And then from there, I wanted to be betting, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth, right? Like that's where the real value was. But this ultimately, guys, is where I ended up for a large portion of my career. And that was 50, 25, 25 with a little bit of variance here and there. 50% of my winnings was always going back into my bankroll. Okay, and this is what I talk about. This was not get rich quick. I wasn't rocking a supercar back then, right? Or living in a $3 million house. No, I mean, a lot of my money was going back into my bankroll. I was reinvesting in myself. Okay, so 50% of my winnings were going back into my bankroll. 25% would go into what I call the rainy day fund. I mean, that served a bunch of purposes. I'm not going to go through everything, but more or less, I mean, the rainy day fund is exactly that, right? Something came up. I had to take a little time off sports betting. I could draw a little bit of money from that. If I had, an exceptionally bad month, I could borrow against that a little bit into my bankroll and then immediately pay that back because that always got paid back first. So it was this kind of cushion. And I thought worst case scenario, when everything's said and done, when I retire from sports betting, it'll kind of be my, my retirement, my 401k or RRSP, depending on what country you live in. I was fortunate in that I never had to use that. And now at the point where I'm at with my bankroll, I've just folded that back into just money I have. Okay, that's gone. Don't need it anymore. And I'm not adding to my bankroll at this point. I haven't for quite a while. Last 25% is what you're going to live on. Okay, that's it. 25% because you're reinvesting in yourself. I know there are a lot of people that, they want to make the money and they want to just cash it out right away. No, I mean, if you want to do this and be very successful at it and make a lot of money at it, then you're going to have to continue to invest in yourself, continue to build your bankroll again and again and again. It's not going to, it's not good enough that, you start making money and just cash it all out. No, you have to build your bankroll. The only thing I will say, the only preface, this is designed around professionals, right? Okay, making a living. If you don't need the money, just grow your bankroll. Okay, don't cash it out. But the one advice I will give you guys is make it real every once in a while. Okay, what I mean by that is don't be afraid to make a cash out. You have a great month. We just came off a phenomenal month in Masterclass. Okay, phenomenal. I urge those people, cash out a little bit, do something, okay? It doesn't have to be an extravagant gesture. I mean, you don't have to go out and buy a new car or a new house or something like that, but do something for you and your family, okay? Take the family out for dinner, for a nice dinner or something maybe you wouldn't normally do. Go on vacation, do something to make it real. And I'll tell you, when you've done that, when you've put in all this hard work, okay, and all this effort, and you take a bite of that steak, and it's the casino and the sports books that paid for it, it tastes twice as good. I don't know why that is, but that's the best sprinkle you can put on top of a steak is paying for it with casino money. Sit in the Dominican or in Bahamas in the sun and dip your toes in the ocean and everything the sun feels twice as nice and the ocean feels twice as good. Because you didn't pay for it. The sports books did. So make it real, okay? Make it real, guys. Remember why we're doing this, okay? It becomes a grind. It just becomes about numbers. So make it real every once in a while. Anyways, I digress. Now that I've triggered the why do you post long videos, people, which I love doing, today's play. We're going to go with Las Vegas and Connecticut over 167. Las Vegas, Connecticut over 167. Got a couple nice systems on here. I think there's a good amount of value, guys. That's going to be our play. All right. So again, always practice bankroll management, regardless of the win streaks, the losing streaks, whatever. Practice bankroll management because all we're doing here, guys, is finding value, practicing bankroll management, and that's it. Okay. We do those two things, bankroll management, should have got more sleep. Anyways, find value, practice bankroll management equals money. BenderWins.com for the full card, guys. We've got a lot going on. Best of luck, and we'll see you soon.